Alright, part 11. Let's do a different kind of spell this time. Let's do an ice spike that'll spear up from the ground. So in our magic effects folder, we'll create a new folder called Ice Spike. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was actually recording real quick. Alright. Double click to open that, right click, create a blueprint class called Actor. We'll do an ice spike underscore BP. And then we will double click to open that up. Alright, now in our content browser we will find under our Infinity Blade effects, we will find the meshes folder and the ice mesh folder. I'm going to use this one just because I like the way it looks. So I'm going to select the circle ice, go into here, add a component of a static mesh. With that, it'll automatically create that one in. And since I don't want it to just appear like that, I'm going to set its location to -20 and set its scale to 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. That way it'll, whenever it appears, it's under the ground, because this is where the ground will be, and it'll grow over time. So we'll set that. I'm going to set that as the defaults. No, I'm not. Control Z will undo anything you just did. So if you did what I did, just Control Z it. But we will, in the event graph, delete those. On begin play, we will set actor relative transform. We will break that make the transform. We'll drag out the mesh, get relative Let's just do the timeline from the beginning. Alright, so we will add a timeline. Call it grow. On play from start, we will double click to open that up. Set the length for about 1 second works. Add a float track. At the beginning, right click, add a key to curve of time 0, value 0. About towards the end of it, add another key, time 1, value 1. Box select both of them, hit this zoom to fit horizontally, right click one of the keys, hit auto interpolation, that way it's smooth transitions. Now in our event graph, you can rename the track. I always forget to, but it doesn't matter really. So I will drag this away a little bit and we will lerp the vector and lerp the vector, and we will get the mesh's relative transform. We will break that, back that up, and we will hook this into the top right here and the scale into the top right here. We will set on the scale lerp 1, 1, 1 across the board, and on this one we will set it, we'll just leave it at 0. And we will update our relative transform based on that. Make sure you hook your new track up to the alpha so that it knows what to do. We will set underneath all of it a delay, so hold D left click, and then when it's finished, we'll say delay 3 seconds. 3 seconds sounds good. We will box select everything except begin play. Control C, Control V. We will hook that to play from start, and we will set this to -20, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. Because when it updates the values up here, we can't just get the old ones, we have to set it back to where it was, because we want it to grow out of the ground and then shrink back in. So let's go find our magic spell. and test to make sure that works. So I'm going to simulate. And it didn't. Why not? Why didn't you? Play from start. U track. Lerp. Set actor relative transform. It's because I didn't set actor. Set relative transform. So there it goes. Now it's growing, delay, pops out of existence. Why did you pop out of existence? Finish, delay for a bit, play from start, update, boom, boom. Get the relative transform, break it, set it to that. It should have maybe reverse from end instead. Should be doing the same thing, so play from start. Set it to -20, set the, oh, it's, stupid. Because I copied that one. Alright, so set relative transform. Control C, Control V, back that thing up. Set the transform, update, boom. Grows, disappears. Cool beans. Alright. So you may have noticed it's kind of just got that. Yeah. What we can do is we can go into our Infinity Blade effects folder, find materials, go to the ice folder, and I'm going to use this ice shard one. So I'm going to select it, go into my content, or the blueprint actor, and then set it on both instances. Yours might look a little bit funny when you get close and look at it. What you need to do is double click to open it up and set it from translucent to opaque. And then apply and save that. And that'll make it look more solid ice. So now when we see it grow, yeah, that looks like an ice spell. And boom. Okay. So now we need to set it up to where our character actually casts that. But first, let us add a scene component called trace. And we will set this way up. Not really too high. Just maybe about 50. That way. We'll detach it from that though. If yours is attached to that, then you want to take it off there. And then I'm going to set it to about 25 above because I want to fire a line trace from here and find where the ground is so that this always spawns at the right level. So on the event graph, we'll come out here off of begin play. We'll hold S, left click to add a sequence. Off then 1, we'll do play from start. Off then 0, we'll do a line trace by channel. Hook it up to there. We will drag out our trace and get world location. And the end will be just say -150. We'll on the out hit break that hit result. Branch with a B left click. If it's a blocking hit, then we will set actor location. If true, then we will set the actor location to the hit. So just to test it, I'm going to grab my ice spike, drag it up a little bit, and test that. Is it firing off again? Let's see. We'll do for duration. This is spawning at the location, so. Let's see, get location. Get the relative location. Uh, get location. Get world location. We will set it from the start. We'll get location minus 150 and then set it there. So, oh my gosh, was it really that simple? It was, of course it was. Okay. This is my second time recording this one because I kept having trouble with that thing firing off angled. But now it's working, so let's set up our character actually. It only took 12 minutes. Let's set up our character actually firing off the animation to cast that. So we'll right click our player, open it up, and right here in our cast spell, where we had our magic mode set up, we will right click and I'm going to add a new key event. I'm going to type R key and get the R keyboard event so that when it's pressed, flip, flop. When pressed, it'll set the magic mode that defaults to 0 to 1. And when pressed again, it'll go back to 0. So when it's 1, then we want to copy the current mana greater than or equal to in the branch, Control C, Control V. Drop that down about here. Reroute node with a double click. Off the bottom, promote to variable. Ice. Oh. That's right. Like I said, this is my second time recording it. So you want to create a variable called ice spike cost off this one. So just promote it to variable, call it ice spike cost. And if they do have more than that, then they want to set cast ice to true, which you'll have to duplicate the cast fire and then rename it cast ice. And then we will Control C the set walk speed and the delay. Control V it down. Control C, Control V the cast ice, set it to false. And then we'll just hook that up like that. So now in our animation blueprint, which is in our character components animation blueprint, we will Control C from the bottom, Control V, get cast ice, yes, and then promote that to a variable which I already have called ice. I already have, but you will have to promote it and then call it ice, and then it'll be hooked up. So add a pin, drag off of here, and hook it up. Boom. And on our state machine, just like we did with the fireball, drag off ice spike both ways. Off of the enter, ice. Off of the back. Get ice, drag off equal sign, equals nothing. Yeah, because we want to switch back when it's false. So double click open that, and it was that one. Standing one hand magic attack 3. Make sure it's not looping. Hook it up. Double click to open it up. Pause it, and I'm going to set it to about where you at, right here, right on the upswing. That way it's like I'm pulling it out of the ground myself. Add a notify. You'll want to do a new notify called ice. I already have one because I deleted it from here, but I didn't delete the notify itself. So add a new notify and call it ice. And then in our player enum, in the event graph, you'll want to get that enum notify. Drag off from the player ref, ice. We don't hook that up to. I'm going to set up the other part of that. Alright, back in our player enum, our player BP. We're going to do a custom event called ice spike, which we are going to sphere trace by channel. We're going to get cast from's world location. We're going to get its forward vector. We're going to add the forward vector to our world location by a float that we times by, so vector times float. And I'm going to say 2000 with a radius of 35 that we will debug for duration. Break the hit results. B left click to add a branch on a blocking hit. Then we want to spawn actor at, spawn actor from class. It's true, and yes. We want that to be our ice spike. Our hit location to be the spawn transform. And we will control C, control V to where if it doesn't hit anything, then it'll spawn at the end of our line trace. So that way it spawns no matter what, even if it doesn't hit anything. And then it sets our current mana to get our current mana and subtract float minus float the ice spike cost. Boom. So yes. Okay. Handy. Okay. So right now I try to cast a spell, I cast a fireball, I switch with the setup we switched, cast the other. Oh, in the anim graph we still have to set this to call something, so we need to get our player F, cast, ice spike, call our spawn function that we just set up. And now let's try it out. So one last thing that we need to do. This is 2.3 seconds, and we need to set our delay in our cast to 2.3 seconds. So we will cast it, and boom, it spawns at the ground. Spawns at the ground. Now if it spawns at him, yeah, it spawns on his location. Doesn't do any damage, but we can fix that real easy. Let's see. Viewport will add a sphere collision. Set its radius to about 100? 100 seems about right. And down on its begin overlap, which you remember if you pull that out, you can make sure which one's begin overlap, usually the second one. On begin overlap, we will check to make sure that they have as tag of enemy branch. And if so, then apply damage. Damaged actor will be the other actor. Base damage will be the ice damage, which I'm going to default to about 20. Well, that didn't work. This needs to go. So, alright. Now we have an ice spell, which will tweak over time, but it'll spawn at the locations where we want it to, and if we don't have mana, it won't. So let's disable those line traces. Right here is one, I'm sure. So set it to none. And in the actual ice spike itself, none. Compile, compile, save all, play. So I can fireball, I push that button to switch, and I can cast. Where you at, guy? So yeah, ice spike ability. That one took me 2 tries to record that one. Ugh. It's like 4 in the morning, I'm tired. But we got it, so that's all that matters, right? Yeah, we'll struggle together a little bit, but we'll get there. Only took 23 minutes instead of 30 like last time. But we did it, so that's all that matters. So in the next one, we'll start setting up like mana regen, stuff like that. So, thanks for stopping by. Later.